You want to know why I pulled you over? Littering.
Officer, that's not ours.
Candy bars. Littering and...
Good, whatever time of the day it is, you have to be listening. This is the P&A Podcast Express. We are coming to you live.
Yeah, you had to remind me we were live. I was over here fiddle farting around, and you're like, we're live.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh, that's all right.
I didn't say anything that'll get me canceled. So.
We might have to take that away from you. It's a lot for you over there. I'm Adam. He's Phil. We're here.
Hey, welcome to the show.
So just to remind everyone, not a sports podcast. And
What?
Thank God, because my fantasy teams are terrible.
Likewise, as Jesus would say. Likewise. My fantasy football team's also dreck. And that's all we're going to say about it, because nobody wants to hear about another person's fantasy football team.
No, not at all.
That's one thing I've learned. Interesting Sunday of football, though, so far, I guess. Not a sports podcast. That's all I'll say about it. That's a general observation.
Yes.
They're playing games.
What a week for the Tigers, though.
What a
Not a
week
sports podcast.
That's about all we're going to say about that, then. Not a sports
It's
podcast.
got nothing to do with me, okay.
I mean, how crazy was that run? And I mean, they've lost 2 in a row now, but they also, yesterday, they just played hungover.
Yeah, and yesterday was acceptable, but today they just got their dick slapped by the worst team in Major League Baseball.
So listening to them on the radio on the way over here, listening to Sports Talk Radio, which was a sports show, they were talking about how basically today was kind of a let's figure out the roster day.
Yeah, so.
And, you know, our pitching wasn't great. Our fielding wasn't great. We had people in spots that they aren't normally in. And, I mean, and they still almost came back and pulled it off. So.
And they still damn near did it.
Yeah. Damn near done did it.
Damn near done did it. Well, I guess that's acceptable. That's plausible to me. I do know that Maeda and Mize, I sent this text. You cannot pitch either of those dickheads in the playoffs unless you're up by 10 runs or down by 10 runs, I feel like.
Accurate, yes.
Because
I don't know if Mize makes the playoff roster.
He shouldn't make any roster. It's time to just cut bait. He was a number 1 overall pick, and he's done nothing but suck hide and tit his entire career, I feel like.
Yes. Well, he was supposed to be the next coming.
Yeah, he was the
now
next
he's
savior.
Coming out of the bullpen badly.
And giving up earned runs coming out of the bullpen. And the dude should have like 5 pitches. He was stretched out as a starter.
Yeah.
And that's probably his problem. He needs to just cut it down to... He could probably still be a useful piece if he cut his pitch repertoire down to like 2 or 3 main pitches and just came out of the bullpen. But not a sports podcast. I don't know anything.
No, you're not wrong. I also think he's trying to do too much.
But I think that when you invest so much in a guy and there's so high of expectations, like with him being a number 1 overall pick, that they don't want to give up on him being a starter. But let's just face it, he's not a starter. You'll never be a starter in Major League Baseball. No. And I say that, and he'll go to some other team, and he'll end up winning a Cy Young.
Well, we are the farm system for other teams as far as pitchers go. So,
right. Well, we're off to a rousing start so far talking about sports.
We are. So
I'm having a coffee, too, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That'll wake you up.
And the Grumpy Griller's here again this week, and he brought us, once again, a ton of food.
Dude, he cracks that open, and I don't even want to do a podcast.
We already had some pulled beef sliders, and they were heavenly.
Maybe we're a food podcast.
We could be a food podcast. That would be acceptable, right?
Yeah. So I have something pulled up here.
Okay.
If you're interested in indulging, you know,
Yes.
we've kind of talked about some of these mashups, and of course they pop up in my feed all the time now. And I've come across a Butte.
Let's see it.
Are you ready for this?
I think I'm ready.
Where'd my mouse go?
There you go.